Be obsessed. Honestly, these words are sometimes scary to others, and sometimes they are what you need to hear from most. Be obsessed. To be obsessed is, in my eyes, to want something, to truly want it, and to obtain it, you must become obsessed. You must hyper focus on this what feels like intangible item. You must try and get it. I don't know how else to really convey this feeling of obsession and striving to this level of obsession, because obsession sometimes can mean a bad thing. It can have a bad notation. Obsession is sometimes portrayed as, hey, like, leave my girl alone because you're obsessed with her, or like, hey, I think you have an unhealthy obsession over your girlfriend. And in some ways it could be portrayed as possessiveness, right? So this isn't what I'm trying to say. Even though I saw the movie Obsession, that's not what I mean, guys. Okay? To be obsessed is something that you really are thriving for. You got that hunger, you got that dog in you. You're trying to succeed in life, so you must become obsessed with whatever it is you are doing. you know like, for me, I'm obsessed with wanting to strive for this level of success with YouTube. And in some eyes, I might not be the most obsessed, but I'm obsessed to the point where it's been years and I've always wanted to become this like YouTuber persona, right? And I've always been this like uh genuine person, and I've always portrayed myself as the way I am in real life, like I'm um I'm this way off camera. I don't think I've ever really changed for anyone when it comes to like being fake, right? Like I'm not fake to anybody. I've always kept it real, kept it cool. But yeah, I've had this obsession with YouTube, and it's something that I've always strived to become successful at. Eventually, even though I could be 30 and I still wouldn't have success, I'd still love to do it. I've already invested money into this. I've become obsessed to the point where I've had this whole entire setup made by me, and I've also bought all these tools so that I can become somewhat successful, right? So I can see somewhat of a light at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, because I understand that it's very hard. It's very difficult for some people to actually commit to actually wanting to become this YouTuber persona. It's really hard for people to really see it as a viable option. It was years ago when I wanted to become a YouTuber, and I would strive to become the best Grand Theft Auto player, the best Call of Duty player. And so I would work really hard to actually try and achieve that level of success. And there was a point in time where I played Xbox, and I'd be at home most of the time. Even, like, I would call off. I would freaking not go to school just because I wanted to play video games. I became very obsessed with playing video games. I became obsessed to the point where I saw myself succeed in freaking quick scoping and becoming really good at it. So yes, obsession has a lot to play in everybody's life in some way, shape, or form. Obsession is something that I feel like can help people, like, there's this hyper focused mentality, or it's not even a mentality. It's something that just happens innately. I was born with it. I was born with having this hyper focus. And it happens at random moments. It happens legit if I'm doing this one task and all of a sudden I'm too hyper focused on it and I just completely zoned out of everything else around me. So, yes, sometimes the hyper focus and ADHD play two very big important roles as to somebody's success. ADHD is something that, in my eyes, is a superpower. It is a superpower that, if harnessed the right way, you can become the most successful person in the world. Okay, in the world, I tell you. But the way that I do things with my ADHD, with my hyperfocus, I hyperfocus on the wrong things in my eyes. I don't focus on the actual editing tasks that I need to do. Like I have editing that I have to do from a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 years ago. I have editing to do for everything, and my hyper focus hasn't hit that level of hyper focus because I choose not to be up. I choose not to sit down. I choose to just lay down and hyper focus on the wrong things. Some are okay. Granted, some are okay. Okay, like going to the gym. I hyper focused on going to the gym, and that's honestly something I did that's good. That's the good side of my hyper focus because I hyper focused on that and it has helped me tremendously. So, hyper focus, being obsessed come together and they make something so beautiful. It makes you want to have 3 babies. 3. Okay? But obsession when it comes to the gym, you have to be obsessed. You have to have obsession for the gym. You have to really be able to be obsessed with the gym so that you can focus primarily on wanting to see results, on wanting to see growth, personal growth, and wanting to actually feel differently, because I understand that people sometimes go to the gym because they have mental health illnesses, they have mental health issues, and the gym is just a way to really like have a scapegoat in a way, right? Or like it's a way to harness this negative energy and really bring it out into something more positive. I think having that like release from this mental health that you're going through, that release that you have is really good. It's really something that the gym is really good at. Like, not gonna lie, like it really helps to like be obsessed with the gym and also have this mentality of, hey, I'm doing this to get better, you know? And obsession to me is something that you really must become obsessed, right? You must really want to become obsessed with the thing that you want to do. It's because you just really need it, man. Like I don't really know how to explain this one, but it's like you must be obsessed with this craft. Like with YouTube, I'm not as obsessed as I should be, right? But the level of obsession that you should want to be, you should strive to be, it should be something around the lines of like,
Okay.
are you playing soccer?
On yeah.
Are you wanting to become a lawyer? Are you wanting to become an editor, a filmmaker, whatever it is? Are you going to be obsessed enough to want to invest in this obsession? Are you willing to spend 10, 5, 4, $3,000 on your gear? Are you willing to spend 50, 100,000 on your degree because you're obsessed with it? Obsession can really make somebody either go to jail, okay, or it can make you successful. You decide what you want to do with the level of obsession. Because me, all I know is that my level of obsession hasn't reached its peak. But soon enough, I feel like I will learn how to harness this obsession and really be able to lock in on what I want to create. I don't really know much on speaking like motivationally, but sometimes I just know that some people need to hear obsession. Some people need to hear um, what not to do in relationships, like I said in the previous episode. But the level of things that you must do to, I guess, better yourself as a person is you gotta love what you do and you gotta be obsessed with it. All right, but like I said, I'm not really a freaking motivational speaker. I'm just a person that just feels strongly for wanting somebody to hear me out, you know? And to me, having somebody really understand what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to get out there to motivate others in is that you are your own person. You are in control of your world. You are in control of the life and the choices that you are going to create from this point moving forward. Um, I believe that if you make a mistake in life, there are consequences, but then there are also ways to come back from the choices that you've made. Sometimes you can really, in a way, not necessarily have revenge, but it's called what is that word? Redemption. You know, you can have redemption on your poor choices. And I have had a lot of bad choices that I've made in my past. And honestly, I've made a lot of bad decisions and I made a lot of bad calls in my life. And honestly, if I haven't really helped out anybody, then I don't think I'm doing a good job as a YouTuber. As a hold on, I'm not a YouTuber. Yeah, I only have 50 subscribers. Relax, Brody. I am not famous. But I mean, as long as I help out somebody from the audience, that's all I'm really here for. I'm glad that I could help somebody out at least once, at least 2 times. But being obsessed, like I said, I'm going back into it. All right. Being obsessed is something that you need in your life, brother. Obsession can sometimes be perceived as deception. But if you ain't being obsessive for whatever it is you want to do, then that in itself is deception. Because you're deceiving yourself from wanting the success. Okay, brother? Okay. Right now, I got these glasses on to try and be freaking philosophical and stuff, but I don't really know how to do it, man. I honestly came in this freaking video not knowing what to say, and I just talked some smack. I don't know if it made sense to y'all. If it didn't make sense, it did something to somebody. Somebody, grandma decided, oh my God, this young gentleman made me feel good. I haven't felt this way in a long time. And hey, you're welcome. You're welcome, brother. If you're going to become obsessed with yourself, brother. If you ain't obsessed with yourself, if you ain't caring about yourself, then you're not doing something right, bro. If you're not obsessed with wanting to succeed in life, then you are doing something wrong. My friend, my brother, my homie. It's like, why do something and not have an obsession over it? You know, I'm the type of person to want to succeed in a lot of the things that I do. This is something that I want to succeed in, so I invested in it. I'm somewhat obsessed with it, but I'm not obsessed to the point where I told you guys that I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm not that obsessed with it to that extent, but I'm obsessed to the point where I will invert my money into something, and I will I will invest my money into the equipment so that at least my quality of video can reach out with somebody else that will acknowledge it and be like, "Hey, brother, your content you have really good quality content, but you got to get a little bit better with the actual scripting part," which I don't do. I don't script any of the videos. I do have some sort of planning, right? But the scripting wise, I'm not reading from a teleprompter. I'm not reading from anything. I'm not even remembering anything. I just have like little topics here and there whenever it came to like the new stuff, but I never really freaking like wrote things down bullet point by bullet point, like to the point where I was just reading off of it. I would see what I wrote down, my topics, and maybe a little bit of like a little description of the topics. But then afterwards, I'd be like, oh, I remember this, I remember that. And then I'll just start boom, 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 thinking about things and just having my own opinion, my own thought, because I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to be this person that just follows the herd. I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person that freaking falls off the freaking mountain and decides to learn how to fly. How? I don't know, but I'll just do it because I want this level of success. I don't want to be doing what Johnny, what Paula is doing. I don't want to do that. I want to be my own person. I want to have my own level of success. And that's where obsession comes into play. I want this level of obsession to really feel like I can do a video every single day. But it's hurtful sometimes, man. It's hard. It's hard to want to create videos every single day. It's hard to think about concepts. It's hard to think about something that no one has done before because everybody has done it to a certain degree. Success is you not following what the other person is doing. I saw this video of this person saying, I invested in this, I invested in that, and I became a millionaire. He became a millionaire 30 plus years after he started investing. And that is a good way to become a millionaire. But how do you reach this level of success early on? How can you do what that person is doing in 30 years and move it from 30 years to 10 years? How about move that 10 years to 5 years? How about you move that 5 years to now? The level of success that somebody really wants in life is only determined by the level of obsession and by the level of hyperfocus that you are able to do. Sometimes people reach flow state. I haven't reached flow state yet. And in all honesty, it's going to take a while for me to really want to reach that level of flow state because I'm just not that hungry, With obsession, you have to have hunger. I have some of obsession, but my hunger isn't all the way there yet. I'm not hungry enough. I'm a little bit full right now. And in order for me to want to reach my level of obsession, I need my hunger. I need to be starving. I need to go broke again for me to be having that hunger again. This is a little bit off topic, right? But not really. There was a point in time when I had a lot of money. And when I say that, I mean it to the point where like I was making $1,000 a week and I was having like savings on savings. I had freaking no credit card debt because I freaking I had a lot of it, but then I paid it all off, right? And I think when you go through something and when you go through a breakup, right, you tend to lose sight of where your goals are. and what you really want to do. And so I guess this is just to say that I freaking lost my hunger after the whole entire breakup situation, and I lost everything. And it really made me realize that I'm the only person that's going to be there, and nobody else is going to be there at the end of the day. And I think I realized that probably a year later, you know, a year and a half later, because it took me a long time to really come to terms with the whole entire breakup situation and the whole situation where I just felt like I was the biggest bum in the world. And you really must come into this, I guess, surrender mode. You must come to terms with the situation that you are put in, because I sure as hell knew that I wasn't in terms, like I wasn't with terms with myself and in the situation I was in. I was thinking that I can do it. I'm good, whatever. And then a week later, I'm back at it again. I'm back to square one, you know? And so that's just to say that I lost it all. And it took me over 2 years now to really get to a point in my life where I'm happy. I'm not broke anymore. And I'm at this point where I understand a little bit more of myself. You know, you must really go into the slums. You must lose it all in order for you to really acknowledge what you had to begin with. I had a car that was terrible. And well, it was good, and then it became really bad because I couldn't pay for fixtures. I couldn't pay for anything. So it became a very big hassle, and it became a very big pain in the head, pain on my neck, whatever. And it wasn't until I got this newer car that my stress levels dropped drastically, because I didn't have to worry about whether or not my car was going to turn on the next morning, whether or not my car was going to have a flat the next morning, whether or not my car was going to be able to drive, because my car had all these issues. It was more than $1,000 that I didn't even have in my bank account. So, guys, if you guys are going to freaking lose it all, make sure you bounce back. Make sure you lose it all and you bounce back even harder. I bounced back to the point where, brother, my freaking muscles are muscling, dude. I freaking got muscles layered on muscles. I'm still skinny, but I got layers of muscles now. Why? Because my mental wasn't right at one point. And so what did I do? I decided to get my mental right. And guess what? It's only benefited me from there. So I'm happy, and I think you guys need to hear that if you guys are in a really poor point in your life, you need Obsession to be on your side. You need your ADHD to help you. Don't let your ADHD control you. You control your ADHD so that ADHD can help you, because that shit is a superpower. That shit is what's going to help you in the long run become successful, to become this multimillionaire that you are striving to be and that I'm striving to be. So, hey, guys, lock in this year, next year, the following year after that. Dude, you guys got years ahead of you. You guys are young. I'm young. I'm still to the point where I'm on unk status, but I'm still young. I'm still kicking it. Like, I'm going to try as hard as I can until I succeed. I'm still going to fall down, but I'm still going to get back up, and I'm going to get even harder, dude. I'm going to have an erection all the way until Mars. Okay? that shit ain't gonna go soft on me. I'm gonna have this level of freaking erection to the point where, dude, I'm ejaculating in freaking Project Hail Mary's freaking spacecraft. That's how far I'm willing to go. So you must subscribe. You must thrive. You must strive to do this. You must strive to want the level of success that your parents didn't have because they were immigrants. You know, my parents were immigrants. They were born in Mexico. And guess what? Well, they're back. You know, they freaking had a fight tooth and nail to freaking want to have somewhat of a level of stability. Not even success. Stability. Being able to survive. So what? So they can freaking feed their family back in Mexico. So they can feed their parents. So they can build a home in Mexico for when the time comes to go back. You know, I don't think people want to really stay in this country that are not from here. I feel like they really do want to go back. But at the moment, they're trying to stack up their payments. They're trying to stack up their money so that they can go back and feel like they can survive in a more adequate lifestyle. And, you know, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to want my parents to be in this position where they don't have to work a day in their life again. I want to be in the level of stability and financial no burdenness. You know, like I want to be successful. I want to have the level of success where I can retire my family and send money to Mexico constantly and be like, here you guys go, buy yourself a freaking a better car or whatever it is, you know, so that they don't have to worry a day in their life again. So they don't have to work the field, so that they can hire people so that they can make money for them. You know, like I think having a business mentality is ultimately what will help out everybody in the world. But for now, this video has gone on a little bit long. But like always, I always say, guys, just please strive for the success and do good in life. Follow the rules, and you will become successful one day. All right. This has been your boy, Michael Cuevas. This has been Unk Status episode 51. And as always, guys, subscribe, drop a like, comment down below. And as always, I'm out. Peace. Episode 61. My bad. 61. I'll see you guys. Peace.